so much fun, and I really feel like Austin has had a very special part in that, partly because Book People has been so amazing and started the Camp Half-Blood that you have here every summer, and Topher, who oversees that, and all his great staff. So many kids have had such a great time. It's really brought everything to life. I just got an email this morning from a kid in Toronto, and he said, "Could you ask Book People to start a camp in Toronto?" I said, "Well, I think you kind of have to be an Austin kid to enjoy that." It's been so much fun. And as you may have heard, The Lightning Thief, they're making the movie of it right now. It'll be out in February. And last May, right after I was at Book People for the tour, I got to go up to Vancouver where they filmed it, and I got to visit the set, and that was really great. I got to meet Chris Columbus, who's directing it, and got to talk to Logan Lerman, who's the kid who's playing Percy, and a lot of the other actors. And while I was there, you know, it's always interesting to see a book turned into a movie, because some things are like you imagine and some things aren't. But there was one prop, I looked at it and I said, you know, that is amazing. That is exactly the way I imagined it. And then a few months later, after they finished filming, I got a box in the mail. It was addressed from Hollywood. This is the box. And I haven't shown this to anybody yet, but I thought you might like seeing this. I pulled it out. And you can probably guess, this is Riptide. This is the actual sword that Percy uses in the movie, The Lightning Thief, when it comes out in February. And it says Anaklusmos on the side here, and it is exactly like I imagined Percy's would be. It does not turn into a pin, however, so I have to talk to them about that. So I really appreciate that you guys have supported the Percy Jackson series, and every time I come to Austin, kids ask great questions. One of the big questions they always ask is, are you ever going to write about another kind of mythology? Because there's so many different kinds of mythology. And I thought about that over the years, and finally it occurred to me that when I was a teacher, there was only one kind of mythology that was even more popular in my classroom than Greek and Roman mythology. Anybody want to guess what it was? Egypt. That's right. And so I started formulating this idea about the modern day world and how Egyptian mythology could come in. And I'm really excited today because I have something special to show you. We're going to bring it up on the screen here in a second. I'm going to give you guys the first sneak peek at the Egyptian series. It's going to come out, the first book, May 4th, this spring, 2010. The name of the series, we'll go to the next slide, The Kane Chronicles. It's about brother and sister, Carter and Sadie Kane, who find out their family is a lot older than they thought, and they have a connection with the Greek gods they were not aware of. There's a terrible accident, and the Egyptian gods are unleashed on the modern world. Only Carter and Sadie can figure out how to put them back. The title of the first book I can also reveal to you today for the very first time anywhere. Book 1, The Red Pyramid, comes out May 4th. And I thought today, if you don't mind, I would read you just the very, very first part of The Red Pyramid. This is from chapter 1, Death at the Needle. We only have a few hours, so listen carefully. If you're hearing this story, you're already in danger. Sadie and I might be your only chance. Go to the school, find the locker. I won't tell you which school or which locker, because if you're the right person, you'll find it. The combination is 13, 32, 33. By the time you finish listening, you'll know what those numbers mean. Just remember, the story you're about to hear isn't complete yet. How it ends depends on you. The most important thing, when you open the package and find what's inside, don't keep it longer than a week. Sure, it'll be tempting. I mean, it will grant you almost unlimited power. But if you use it too long, it will consume you. Learn its secrets quickly and pass it on. Hide it for the next person, the way Sadie and I are doing for you. And then, be prepared for your life to get very interesting. Okay, Sadie's telling me to stop stalling and get on with the story. Fine. I guess it started in London, the night our dad blew up the British Museum. Very excited to have so much fun with Egyptian mythology and bringing it, but not to fear. It is not the end for Percy and Friends. We'll tell you a little bit more about this later in the spring, but I'm working right now on a new Camp Half-Blood series. So stay tuned for more about that. Now, however, it's my great honor. I want to introduce a wonderful writer. I'm so excited today because Peter Larangis and I have never met. We've worked together on a wonderful series called 39 Clues. I got to write the first book, The Maze of Bones, and Peter picked it up for book 3, The Sword Thief. Did a fantastic job, did such a great job bringing the characters to life, and he's going to tell you a little bit about that. My big thrill today is getting to meet him in person for the first time, so would you give a big hand to my fellow author, Peter Larangis.